Hello everyone, welcome to a replica airguns video. I know it's hard to tell these days what kind of guns I have, and a lot of times the guns that I'm showing you look exactly like real guns, but in fact they're air guns. Well, today we're actually looking at a couple, we'll call them real guns. I don't like to say that air guns aren't real guns because they still need to be treated with the same respect. Yes, they don't always cause as much damage if you were to shoot yourself, but in some rare instances, air guns have killed. So keep that in mind. Now these guns are both 22 long rifle. So they shoot, I'll just bring the magazine in here. Now they shoot these 22 long rifle rounds. They're not exactly huge, but they go up to around 40 grain. And they shoot upwards in the neighborhood of 1,200 to 1,400 feet per second. So these will do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of stopping power, but they can kill. And they're good for small game, even up to medium game. Alright, so the two semi-auto pistols that I have, now one looks a little bit like a Glock, but it's not. It's actually an ISSC M22. Now it's styled after the Glock, but it does have a few differences. Now I'm not going to be covering a lot of stuff here because I am going to be doing full reviews on these guns individually, but I just want to go over them and sort of do a bit of a preview here for you today. The second gun we have here, the second semi-auto pistol, is and I hope I say this right, it's a Chiappa, spelled C-H-I-A-P-P-A, and it's the 1911-22. The one I have here is the tactical version, so it has the tactical trigger and the tactical sight on the back, which is adjustable. Now as you can see, that's obviously styled after a 1911. Now I do have a 1911, but it's an Orinco. I want to show you the next best thing, and here's my Tanfoglio 1911, which is a BB gun, but you can see that they look, no, it's hard to tell, I've got it a lot closer, but they are the same size. It's just the camera's lying to you right now. And then as far as Glocks go, I have my SA-177, which is very Glock-like. Again, because the camera is closer to this camera, it looks a lot bigger, but it's not. Now both of these guns came with a couple magazines. I have no rounds in this magazine. I'm just going to safety check these guns for you. It's hard to see in there, but I can see that there's nothing in this gun at all. It's also got a nice decocker for if you need to decock the gun. Put the magazine in. You can see here, a nice gun. Both of these guns shoot 10 rounds. Decocker. So this is one difference that you would find not on a Glock is the actual hammer, because the Glock has a striker system instead of a hammer system. This is a single action only gun. Okay, so you need to have the gun cocked to shoot it. Alright. Really nice. Now this little bit of barrel extension here, normally the gun wouldn't have this, but this is to get around our Canadian laws. We have to have a 4.25 inch or 4.18 inch barrel on these guns to make them restricted as opposed to prohibited. Really nice. Now I shot this gun a little bit. I put a couple hundred rounds through it. It was a bit tight at first, but shooting with Blazer ammo, and that's the ammo I showed you, just standard Blazer box ammo, it actually shot very consistently. Took a couple magazines, 2 or 3 magazines to loosen it up, with very few failures to fire, eject, or chamber any rounds. No rounds in there. Everything's safety checked. Now this is very, very much like a 1911. Same safety, same slide catch, same hammer system. There's no grip safety on it, however. That's the only difference. But the gun's very similar. Now both of these guns have fixed barrels, which the real versions won't have, but it does create a little bit better accuracy when you have a fixed barrel, and I think they're a little bit easier to take apart and clean. This gun kind of field strips pretty much like the real gun. Same with the Glock, very similar, or the ISSC M22. And again, this one has a little bit looser slide. So what I found is, and the reason why I have this magazine loaded up is I'm trying to stretch the spring out a little bit, because the first round I would actually have to sometimes, like instead of releasing the slide, I would actually pull it back and let it slam forward because the magazine was tight and that top round didn't always want to go in the chamber, and sometimes I had to actually like push this a little bit with my finger. Now I only needed to do that on basically the first round, and that's why I'm loosening the magazine up. But this gun also performed really well for me using the Blazer ammo. Very happy with it. Both of them shot pretty nice groups, and by the end of the day, after a couple hundred rounds, these guns were shooting really well for me. No problems at all. Now when I do my full review, I'll show you all the details about them. They both come in nice hard shell cases. For me, they both came with 2 magazines. Depending on where you buy them and who you buy them from, they may not always come with 2 magazines, but mine did, which was nice. So I am going to actually go back, reshoot both of these guns, take them to the range again, put some more rounds through them, actually come back with a sample target that I shot to show you the kind of accuracy that I was able to get with them. And as I said, I will be doing full tabletop reviews. I won't be doing so much of a field test review. It's a little bit hard at the gun range to do that, but I will bring back some sample targets for you and give you as much details on these guns as I can. So stay tuned for the video on the Chiappa 1911-22 and the ISSC M22 semi-auto pistols. Thanks for watching a Replica Airguns video, and if you have a chance, check out my Twitter and Facebook channels. Username is Replica Airguns. And of course, come on down to the website where I have lots of articles and reviews, and also my web store with products available for you to purchase. Thanks for watching, and take care.